Let me show you how to debug your zipline strategy with the JupyterLab Debugger. I've opened my zipline strategy in the JupyterLab editor here. This is a static Python file, so the first thing I need to do is right-click on the file and select Create Console for Editor. This gives me an interactive environment where I can execute the file. Next, I select the entire contents of the file by clicking Control-A on Windows or Command-A on Mac. Then I click Shift plus Enter, just like I would to execute a notebook cell. That executes the code in the attached console. Now that doesn't actually run a backtest because the strategy file just contains a set of functions. What I've done is load those functions into the console. Next, click the debugger icon in either the editor or the console. The icon turns orange to indicate that the debugger is now enabled. I can then set one or more breakpoints by clicking either in the editor or the console next to the lines I want the debugger to stop on. When I do that, a red dot appears beside the line. In this case, I am placing a breakpoint in this for loop where the strategy exits positions. Now I'm ready to run the backtest. I can't use the normal backtest function here because that executes outside JupyterLab in a separate Docker container, the Zipline container. Instead, I can use an IPython magic command to execute the backtest right here in JupyterLab. The command is called zipline_backtest, and it's specifically for use with the debugger. Provide a start date and end date, and I will omit the name of the bundle because I'm using the default bundle here. You'll notice that I have not specified the name of my strategy like I would do with a normal backtest. That's not necessary here because this backtest will utilize the functions I already loaded into the console. When I click Shift plus Enter, the backtest starts and the debugger pauses at the first breakpoint, which is highlighted here. In the variables section of the debugger window, I get a list of the currently defined variables. Clicking the magnifying glass next to a variable name will open a new tab displaying the variable's value. Let me look at asset, asset price, and the position variable. Over here in the call stack window, if I click on the Continue button, execution will move forward until it hits the breakpoint again. And the variable windows here will update to reflect the new values. So you can place your breakpoints wherever you need and see what your variables are doing to debug any unexpected behavior in your strategy.